So, good afternoon, Year 3, and this is our final RE of the week. We are going to be looking at consolidating our understanding of karma, and we're going to have a quick look at reincarnation again. So this is going to be quite nice. So, moksha, if we can remember the meaning of the word moksha, the definition, is to be one with God, or with Brahma. The other two words we learned were, of course, karma, which is for every action there is a reaction, and also samsara, which is the belief in the cycle or the circle of life. So today we're going to think about very quickly what happens after death, and we're going to think about something that that is used in Hinduism symbolically to represent the cycle and circle of life. So what happens after death? So most places in the world have their beliefs about what happens after death. And there are a lot of similarities and there's a lot of differences between these different religions and the different ways they look at the afterlife. So some believe in the afterlife, and they believe that after death people go to one place or another. Humanists believe there is no life after death, and once we're dead, that's it. And other faiths believe in reincarnation, which we have discussed before. So some of the world faiths that believe in the afterlife would be Christianity, for example, would be our biggest one. Christianity believes in heaven and hell. So they believe in their afterlife. Hindus, we've already discussed, they believe in reincarnation, and it's belief that life is a cycle of birth, life, death, and then rebirth. So when somebody dies, they could then be born as something else, another living thing, and that can go on for thousands and thousands and thousands of lifetimes. So if you were reincarnated, for example, you might have already lived 687 lives before this, and you're still on your journey of samsara. You're still on your journey to achieve moksha. So karma, quick revisit. Every action, there's a reaction or a consequence. And if you are a kind, considerate person, so if you hold some of the values such as patience, you will get good karma. But if you are selfish or a bit nasty, a bit horrible, then you can have bad karma. And that will affect you in the next life. And that is what will bring about the challenges for you in your next life. So the ultimate aim of Hinduism is to leave this cycle of rebirth and to become one with the god Brahma, or to achieve moksha. So here we've got a lovely little thing here with a lovely cycle. So here we go, we're going to start here and we're going to go to birth. Okay, we're going to go down, and here's life, here's a little person. We're going to go to death, go up to here. So did I do any of these? So if I said no, I could become a baby. So I could have started all the way here as this pupa and come all the way around and eventually achieve moksha once I have achieved enough good karma in comparison to bad karma. Okay, and so what we're going to do now, now we've had that very quick whistle-stop tour of what we've been doing over the last few days, we are going to think about mandalas. So mandalas in Hinduism, what is a mandala? It's a decorative picture. It usually has quite complex designs into it. It has lots of patterns, lots of geometric shapes and symbols, and you start from a centre point and you work your way out, and they're usually quite recognisable shapes. So the one you've got on the screen in front of you is quite a common one. The way they're done to look a bit like flowers. This looks like a lotus, which is a representation of life, which is a flower. So this one is made to look like that, and it's really, and they're quite personal, and they represent you and the different things you want to see. So you can see a couple of quite intricate ones here. They would have taken many months and years sometimes to make something this detailed. It really is a labour of love, and it's something you only really do as a sort of meditative, or it's in Hinduism when you are sort of looking at the symbolism of rebirth and eternal life. So the designs are a representation of the soul, and they usually reflect somebody's hopes, dreams or worries. So it can be used as a tool to display self-awareness, to show that you know who you are. And it might even reflect your view on reality. So there might be a shape in there that is pertinent, that means something to you, that you've put in there. And this mandala is then personal, and it is for you as a person. So we are going to create our own mandalas, and we are not going to sit there and draw the circle. I have provided that for you. If you do need to draw these circles and dots, I will attach a short PowerPoint when I upload this video so that you can use those instructions. So I'm going to get myself set up, and I'm going to make my own mandala. So in front of me now I have got lots of different pens. I have got my mandala, which my blank one, which you will have access to as well. And I'm just going to start thinking about the different patterns I'm going to include. So what you want to think about is what shapes mean something to you. So maybe you're interested in growing, so I'm interested in growth, especially with myself, so I might want to think about putting those lotus flower shapes in there. I'm also quite fond of circle because I think they represent sort of everything, so I'd include quite circular shapes on there for me. So I just start by picking one of my pens, one of my fine liners. I'm going to start with a lilac, I think. I think the colour lilac's lovely. I'm going to use the colour lilac. So I'm starting from the middle, and I'm just going to do a little so I've got my little flowers on there, and I've started now. I've got some lovely little flower shapes on there. And then I'm going to start moving outwards, and I'm going to think to myself, I want a nice lotus flower shape, so that's kind of like that, so we'll go for that. And I'll keep turning my mandala as I go, so that I can reach each side and try and make it as neat and uniform as I can. Now don't worry if it's not perfect. Oops. I'm sure you can see mine isn't perfect, but mine's starting to come along. And so now I've got some flowers on there. That's lovely. I'm going to go and I'm going to use this side of my pen now. So I've got brush pens as well. And I'm just going to do tiny little dots in the middle of each one of these. Lovely. So I'm already starting. So as you can see, I've got some lovely shapes there, and I'm starting my mandala just quite simply, just simple little shapes. And I'm just using pens, and it's just getting the colour on there straight away. You don't have to use pens, you can use pencils, you can use colouring pencils, you can use whatever you want. But for me, I just wanted to use pens at the moment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do around one there. I'm going to skip the next one. I'm going to do one there. I'm going to skip the next one. I'm going to do one there. I'll skip the next one. I'm going to do one there. Okay? So I've got a little bit of lines that I'm missing. I'm going to opt for my yellow now. Get a little bit of bright yellow on there. So I'm going to do a yellow one there. Yellow, yellow again, and yellow. So if you can see, hopefully you can see a little bit clearer there. Lovely. So I'm starting to really build this mandala. I've started at the bottom point here, started at my central point, and I'm working out. So I'm just going to have a little go. I'm going to use some of my pens, and I'm going to really sort of build myself up and around, and we'll see where I am, and we'll see how I'm getting on in just a second. Okay, so at the point I'm at now, I've come up to my second outer line. I've got my middle part of my mandala there. You can see it's got a little flower. And I've come out and I've now got this bigger sort of lotus flower. I've got quite a lot of triangles, which for me is green, so it represents life, and it's like little shooting sprouts coming out of the ground. And I'm just going to sort of repeat what I have in the middle here, and I'm going to start building that around there, so that this comes out and it will be quite a repetitive pattern really. So I'm going to start to do that. I'm going to start to take this sort of an idea that I have down here, and I'm going to start putting it into this outer bit here to see what that will look like. Okay, so I have just started this outer ring. As you can see, I've been doing a similar thing I did to there, where I've got the green and the yellow. There. I've now got that all the way around there, so I just continually swap my pens over. And then I've got some little blue leaves with red dots, just like I have in the middle, so I'm keeping my pattern quite consistent. It's coming out now. What I'm going to do to sort of come to finishing this off now is I'm going to include some of these tall blue triangles, and they'll be going in between these petals there. Not the ones that are going in between these lines, they'll be between those ones. And then I'm going to do some orange lotus leaves on the very, very outside of my mandala. And that's going to be representing me. It's not perfect, neither am I. So it's a very good representation of me. Okay? And so I'm just going to keep adding some bits and bobs. And like I say, I'm going to put these blue triangles and some nice orange lotus leaves around the outside. And we're going to see what we end up with. Okay, so just as I'm doing these, I'm just moving my mandala around each time, so I'm looking at the same point, so they all come in the same direction, so that it looks a lot neater. So just remember, you want to move your mandala around as you're drawing. Keep those shapes consistent where you can. So as you can see, I'm just very quickly going through this. You will find mine isn't as neat as perhaps it could be. Can you make yours neater than mine? I bet you can. So I'm going to finish there. So I've got these lovely triangles coming all the way around there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do those lovely big lotus leaves on the side. So I'm going to take, I used my brighter orange for this one before, so I'm going to use it again. And I'm going to start from here where my little pink and my little blue one join. And I'm just going, come to there, I'll go back down. And I'm just going to do one of those in each of these sections as I go around. I'm going to come up, make a slight curve like that, which will then join. Like I say, I'm not, okay, it might not be the neatest in the world, but I quite like it actually. I think it's looking quite nice. So that's about my centre point. There we go. If I give myself a centre point, it's a lot easier, isn't it? So if you're doing something like this, start with the centre point. Okay, and let's just finish. And this is my finished mandala. So I have got lots of different patterns, lots of geometric shapes put in there. And overall, that is now my mandala. That is personal to me. I can't wait to see yours. I hope you really enjoy making these, and just really stay mindful while you do it, because it's just a nice mindful exercise.